Short stories, let's do it. And a reminder for people here, we're going to short stories because someone was saying how they feel like they're not a good reader. And short stories are a great way to accomplish something. In one sitting, you can digest a really beautiful piece of art. And so I'm going over a couple of my favorites here, but if you have any favorites, please feel free to drop them in the comments, or you have novel ways to listen to them. If there's free audio versions online or something on YouTube that's a way to digest a short story in a new way, that's the kind of stuff we're looking for. So glad to hear from people out there on their ideas. And so for me, there's only one place to start. Growing up, for our family, in a way, there was only one short story author, and it was Flannery O'Connor. We all love her. This is the exact edition we had in our house. This means a lot to me. It brings back a lot of memories. She is such a master of the dark southern short story that some of these you just can't get out of your head. You can look up right now, A Good Man is Hard to Find. That is one of her classics. Unfortunately, she died young, but she did leave a large body of work. So you gotta read Flannery O'Connor. She is just one of the best voices ever on the North American continent. And so to look at the rest of my list, there's Isaac Dinson, a pen name of a writer, a white woman from Africa, writing about living there, as well as in England. So I would recommend her Winter Tales. And then for two more mind-bending, Jorge Luis Borges, who you probably know for his metafiction and that kind of work, but I don't think he wrote anything long. He only wrote short stories. He said, why would I write a novel? It would take so long. I'll just write a review of the novel I would have written, which is a great way of thinking about it. So reading Borges short stories, you get some very far out ideas in your head very, very quickly. And in that vein a little bit, Gabriel Garcia Marquez. And you probably know about some of his giant works like 100 Years of Solitude, but he was a wonderful short story writer. He really had such a great eye for detail, and his magic realism bleeds into it. They just hint at so many beautiful things in his stories. There's one about paper flowers that I will never forget. Also, I will recommend Jhumpa Lahiri's Interpreter of Maladies. She is from India and also the United States, so she writes about that kind of cross-cultural in her short stories, and they're very well done. Isaac Babel, he's one of the first greats that I ever discovered in college. He is a Jewish, Russian, Ukrainian writer, and so his Tales from Odessa is what it's like being a young Jewish boy in that part of the world at that time. But perhaps even more powerful are his Red Cavalry stories, where he rode with the Cossacks during the battle between Poland and Russia, and to get this little journalist take on these big tough guys is wonderful. So the last three I'll mention is Joyce Carol Oates, Kurt Vonnegut, and then Joyce's Dubliners are three last short story writers and collections that I think are wonderful. So there's some to get started. Let me know yours.